This video is going to cover how to do the reading questions. And in week one, you're asked to read chapter one out of our grit textbook. And chapter one is showing up. So the first thing you need to do is obviously you need to read the textbook, but where to find the reading questions. And sometimes it helps to look at the reading questions before reading the chapter so that you have it in the back of your mind what to be looking for. You'll need to go to our course page and then go to where it says syllabus and click on the syllabus again. Now we'll go back to page 4 where it outlines all the assignments that we're doing in week 1. And if you go to section 6, you're going to see it kind of looks like a lot, but it's not as scary as it looks, I promise. So what you see right here are actually the reading questions that you will submit, and there are 4 of them: A, B, C, and D. So for question A, you're just being asked, what is the main argument in chapter 1 of Grit? And if you need a refresher or information, I cover that in the video, how to read our Grit textbook. Now for question B, you're going to explain how did you determine what that main argument was in the chapter. And again, I cover that in our video, how to write or how to read our grit textbook. And really, this question is reviewing chapter 1 a little bit in our Oz textbook, which talks about academic writing and what an argument is. So you will probably want to read chapter 1 in this book too before reading our grit textbook. Now, in this part of the chapter, I am asking for you to provide an example or quote that explains how did you determine that that was the main argument of Duckworth's chapter. So this whole answer for question B should really be between 100 and 200 words, and that does not include direct quotations, okay? So that means that has to be 100 to 200 of your own words in response to that. Now for question C, you get to choose between 2 different questions. There's question 1, which is where do you agree or disagree with Duckworth's argument in the chapter and explain why? Or you get to do number 2, which is what questions do you have after reading this chapter, or what do you want to know more about, or what was confusing? So this is a chance for you to say, hey, this chapter sparked my curiosity and now I want to know more about such and such. Or for you to say, I was really confused. I didn't really get what this part of the chapter was about, or I just feel confused overall, and I need a little more help understanding that. And if I see that, I'll get in touch with you, and we can go over the chapter together. So again, when you answer either question 1 or 2, your whole paragraph should be about 100 to 200 words, okay? And then the last question, question D, is really referring you back to chapter 13 in our grammar textbook, where you learned about the different parts of speech like nouns, verbs, and prepositions. So what I want you to do is just take a chapter or take a sentence out of the chapter of our book, and it doesn't matter which sentence. It can be literally any sentence in our grit textbook. It could even be the first sentence in chapter 1. And I just want you to identify the nouns, verbs, prepositions, and conjunctions in that sentence. Now, for a little more information on our reading questions, you can go down to page 11 and look at the formatting that's expected and also additional information. So right here under assignment criteria, we see the formatting. This is what the document of your paper should look like when you submit it. And then for the reading questions, there's just more information here. Like it tells you the due date. Reading questions are always due on Sundays, and it just talks about the formatting. Now, if you need a little bit more help with formatting your submission, you can scroll down from the main page on our course website, go to Course Resources, and then click on Reading Questions Sample. And this gives you a document that you can download onto your computer and use as a template to help you submit your submission. All right, so to download it, you would just click this link right up here. Now, if you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me by either text, email, or a phone call.